Good morning, everybody. I'm on one of my early morning walks and had some things that I wanted to get off my mind with regards to the whole Judge Kavanaugh, Me Too movement, all of that stuff that's going on right now. First of all, let me offer a caveat by saying I am all for anything that is about empowering a group that has been marginalized in the past. That is not what this is about. What this is about is my continued frustration at the media. And I guess maybe it's not at the media because the media is simply catering to what we want per se, or to what they know we humans are going to tune in to. But this whole thing that's going on is, like a lot of other things, simply a symptom of a bigger issue that humans are facing, especially humans in Western society, and that is a utterly and completely dysfunctional view about sex. Okay? Sex is synergistic energy exchange. Okay? It's an exchange between two creatures that are nothing but energy. And that exchange of energy is so powerful that it has the ability to create new life, to create a new life form. Now, unfortunately, we are so repressed sexually and taught to be ashamed of our sexuality and our bodies that we now use sex as a tool and a weapon. Okay? Now, I'm not referring to the way in which we women value our vaginas and, really don't give it up to a certain extent until, we feel like you're worthy. This is about, and I'm trying to figure out the best way to word this. This is about when you're taking something that is beautiful and amazing and something we have no control over. Okay? The biological urges and the sexual urges come whether we want to or not, and they start at the age of 5. But unfortunately, we've been taught that we're supposed to be ashamed of that, to the extent that we can't even talk about our body parts with children without giving them some ridiculous name, wee and hoo-ha and all that other stuff. My kids know they have a penis and a vagina. That's what it is, okay? And that's the bottom line. And our children need to understand this, because what happens is when we teach them that it's something to be ashamed of, then it becomes this thing that you feel needs to happen in secret. There are these urges that come about that we're not able to talk about, and people who have not been socialized properly or who have their own power issues then use sex instead of a way to exchange energy. They use it as a way to dominate. And that is obviously a pattern in human society. Now, I took an anthropology class in college, and it talked about societies that were open with their sexuality, where there was no shame in their nudity, where people actually even had sex in the streets. Well, they probably really weren't streets because it was more what we consider primitive societies, but when it came to that, it was a beautiful thing that was shared. Now, of course, that sounds completely disgusting and repulsive to us, yet we have no problem showing violence and total degradation of fellow human beings and of the planet. We'll show that on television and live it every single day, but we have a problem with sex. So what ends up happening is this beautiful thing that was used to create life is used as a weapon of empowerment. And you have men taking it from women. And not only that, you have women using it as a weapon as well, which leads me to the bigger controversy and the polarization in society over the Kavanaugh nomination. Because what's happening is you have people who are saying Dr. Ford is a heroine, and then you have others saying that she's a liar. And I'm thinking to myself, how can there be such polarizing opinions about this woman? And that is because we're confused about sex, and we are confused about how we should respond to incidents of sexual misconduct, because we have yet to understand the underlying dysfunction of why we have rape and sexual assault taking place in the first place. And you do have women that have actually lied about it. So what happens is, when it arises, you have men who are well aware of the fact that women have used this as a way to destroy lives when they lie about it. Okay? But then you also have women whose lives have been destroyed when it's happened. And of course, let's not forget about the fact that this has also happened to men as well. Men have been sexually assaulted. And I feel like in general, if we had a healthier view about sex and people did not need to use it to feel empowered, we wouldn't have these sexual crimes. That's just my opinion, just something to think about.